So today I am here on representation. I'm here to represent on behalf of Te Arawa Whānau Order. And before I get started, I'd like to thank Mala Grant and Hariata Verka, who are here today to tautoko me, who asked me if I would kōrero on behalf of the Paiarahi, the navigators for Te Arawa Whānau Order here in Te Arawa, and to give us the opportunity from a grassroots point of view to be able to kōrero to the whānau what that is and how that is. The role of a Paiarahi in Te Arawa Whānau Order, or so I mentioned it earlier, a navigator. We have 10 service providers that form the collective services of Te Arawa Whānau Order. A Paiarahi or a navigator's role is to engage with whānau, to assist whānau to achieve their goals, dreams and aspirations, whatever and however that may look. What we are finding is even before we can start to look at their dreams, aspirations, that we have to deal with the first things first. And these first things first are a lot of the things that have said previously. To be able to put a whānau order plan together for the whānau and to put an action plan on how we're going to be able to do that. Timelines, of course, to achieve that, and then move on to their goal, dreams and aspirations. One of the things, and we are starting to, and I'm so happy, is that we are now starting to work collaboratively with other services within our community. We are working collaboratively with other services to be able to provide the awhi and the tautoko that our whānau need. What is the poverty scene in Rotorua? As you can see, the outcomes that over through 2015-16, sorry, I do have to put these on, we engaged with over 355 whānau. 963 of those whānau were individuals. 90% of those whānau were Māori, and 551 had goals. Our outcomes were 604. As you can see, those were the areas that our whānau, we worked in with our whānau. Whānau health, knowledge, participation in community, relationships and living standards. What I'm doing, I suppose, only because I have 10 minutes, is I'm giving you an appetizer. If you would like the main course, come back later. And then later on we'll be able to, of course, have the dessert with it all. We were asked to come up with 3 ideas for national change. And I say us because it's just not me. As I mentioned from the start, it's our collective. One of the key levers we felt was education, and it was spoken earlier as well. So education is the key lever for change. We're saying change the curriculum, or at least make some changes to it. Bring back basic life skills. I remember when I was at school, we did home ec, cooking, sewing, metalwork, all those things. Where are they now? If they are still there, kei te pai, can you let us know? And what form do they come in? Relationship skills. What I mean by that is having relationship between the students and the teachers, having respect for one another. We do understand that a lot of our respect has gone. Making school fun, so that our mokopuna tamariki want to go to school, not because they have to, but they want to because it's fun to go to school. In regards to financial skills, what we're talking about there is the costing to go to school, the fees. We all know that. We have children today. If we didn't, we had them before, and we know what that felt like. The school fees, uniform, all the costings that it costs for our whānau to be educated. Our next idea for national change is connection to whānau and land. We believe that this is a key support mechanism for whānau, and we want to encourage this through national support. What I mean by this, or we mean by this, is whānau is whakapapa. We must know who we are and where we come from. Whānau is mana whenua. We must know where our land is and have a connection to it. So we're saying whānau who are connected are proud because we know who we are and where we come from, are confident, and we have values. We have tikana and kawa. So we want to be able to encourage this through the national support. Our third one is the first 1,000 days. I'm sure a lot of you would know about this if you've ever been to any of the brainwave presentations. And it is about the first 1,000 days of our mokopuna tamariki. The most important days that us as mama and parents need to be at home with them, to nurture them. The kōrero that they hear is the kōrero they're going to be growing with. We want to see this be put in one of the national changes. You know, things change, and I remember that, you know, we're encouraged, send your tamariki mokopuna to daycare, to kohanga reo. I was one of those mamas. My 4 tamariki, my 2 elders, when one was 6 months old, he went to the auntie so that I could go to work to ride a bike to get an income. So that's what it was. Now they're telling us, in actual fact, it's better if we can stay at home.
Yes,
And I'm encouraging my daughter-in-laws to do that for our mokopuna. So this is our third national change, is to implement the first 1,000 days. I'm not quite sure how that looks. That's what we're there for. Like I said, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you. Thank you all, and especially the organisers, for allowing us to come and have a kōrero. I'm really happy now because my heart stopped beating and it's back in my body. I think the hardest thing for some of us is being local, is talking to our own. And you know, and it is that. It is talking to our own, and even having to get up here and have a kōrero, because it's out there where the answers are. All that I ask is that from these hui, we get some dui, so that we can get some outcomes that really make a difference. Ngā mihi ki a koutou.